right, Coach, that had playoff intensity right there. Just comment on how your defense really stepped up in the final quarter, really got some stops and allowed yourself to build the lead up a little bit.
I thought the game started with our ability to guard, to defend, to get stops. We didn't necessarily get out in the break. They did a great job in getting back in transition and taking plays away, but we got stops, and we were able to score running our offense. So it all started with our defense.
Talk about the performance of Zion after, the game in Vegas. I know he took some criticism, but the way he responded tonight, you had to be very pleased.
We were, and more than anything, it was. I'm sure it was refreshing for him to get out back on the floor and to respond, to have a great game, to carry our team. Zion, Bi, our starters, they did a great job of setting the tone early, and that's what we needed. We needed to have a few good days of practice, knock that sort of like funk off of us that from the LA game. We didn't feel good coming out of that. We know we're better, and tonight we went out and we showed it. Like, look, Minnesota's a good team. I know they didn't have Edwards, but it's still important to get this win on our home floor before we go on the road trip.
Zion looked pretty locked in from the opening tip. What did you see from just a focus standpoint from him tonight?
The biggest thing is, what can we control? We can make a decision as a team that we want to guard, that we're going to communicate on the floor. We can rebound the ball, things that we haven't done as well as we needed to. And then we can get in our plays, we can run, we can get up and down and play with a sense of urgency. I thought that was the look that we saw tonight, was let's play with a sense of urgency.
What was the key to getting Zion, CJ, and Bi all going tonight?
It was them. They did it. They get the credit. Those guys are pros. They work at it, and they want to be good. They understood that, the 10 games before L.A., we were playing at a high level, and we want to get back there or move forward to being that team.
And this is just the second time all three of those guys scored 20 in the same game together. I mean, just how surprising is it that just knowing how long they've been together to finally be able to do that in the same game?
Yeah, it's refreshing. It was fun to see. It's fun to watch. I mean, it's still a close game, but those three guys, they set the tone. They carried us, and that's what we're going to need from them night in and night out. At the end of the day, we're going to count on CJ, we're going to count on Z and Bi at different times of the game to step it up, and tonight we saw that.
And, ever since you guys officially announced Larry's going to be out for a while, you leaned really into those small ball lineups with Z at the 5, even went a little bit a stretch tonight without Z out there and still playing small. Just what have you kind of seen with those groupings and what you've been able to accomplish?
Well, we're blessed with really good defenders and basketball players, guys that play hard, play together, enjoy getting on the floor and competing. When we go small, Naji, Dyson, Herb, Trey, Bi, Z, whomever it is, CJ, it allows us to red switch screens on the perimeter because it starts with our defense. It allows us to stagnate their offense a bit. Now we have to continue to rebound when we have those groups on the floor, but once we get stops, we're off to the races.
Coach, Keck got off to a nice start. I think you had 10 points in the first quarter, but then you guys held him to 7 afterwards. Looked like Trey, Dyson, Herb, Bi even all took turns. Can you talk about the defensive performance by those guys?
Oh, you're right. It was a collective effort on those guys' part. He's a heck of a player, and he hit the game winner last time we were here on our home floor. We wanted to make sure we did a good job of making it tough on him, making his catches tough, forcing him to shoot over a contested hand. And like you said, Bi, Trey, Herb, Dyson, all the guys that guarded him, we did a good job. And then we tried to double him in the post to get the ball out of his hands.
You spoke to about how important rebounding was. Herb ended tonight with 10 rebounds. How important is it for the wings to get those rebounds?
That's the key for us. Really, it really is. It's our wings. JV is gonna gobble up rebounds night in and night out. It's kind of what he does. But it's really CJ, it's Bi, it's Z, it's Herb. It's our other wings that come into the game. They got to come in and crack back, rebound the ball. Now when they catch it, right, you got wings that can all bring the ball up the floor and they initiate the break, which allows us to play a bit faster.
Speaking to JV, talk about his performance. I mean, he's dealing with Gobert how well he played tonight.
Big time performance from the big fella. JV has been solid all season for us, and he, like I said, he's doing all the things that we ask him to do, and he's playing with joy. It's fun to watch him, move forward and have success with this lineup on the floor.
And Willie, just circling back to Zion, did you have a specific message for him going into tonight's game?
The biggest message was we need to respond as a team. That game was not an example of who we are, but it happens. It's a long season, and you have, hopefully not many, but you have a few games where it's not your best effort. And we talked about it as a group. We watched some film, communicated about what we could do better, and then we got on the floor and we worked. And we're all tremendously blessed to have a group that wants to respond. These guys compete at a high level, and they enjoy doing it together, and it was great to see it tonight.
I know we've talked a lot about the starters, but Hawkins was starting in a lot of the games earlier in this season, and we've seen those minutes increase. Could you speak on that?
Yeah, those are some of the tough decisions that I have to make, and I've had some talks with Hawk. He's been fantastic. There's nothing he's done, and it's more about, can I play 11 guys? Can I play 12 guys? And that's tough to do sometimes. So my message to him is stay working. Your opportunity is going to come around again, and we can all see that he has a bright future with us, and that's just the deal. Like, it's a long season. I'm sure we'll have some guys in and out, and he'll get another opportunity to come in and impact his team. Thank you, guys.